Hello everyone and welcome to GG Crypto. It's November 27, 2025. Today's news is packed. BlackRock just bought 50.4 million in Ethereum and 42.9 million in BTC. At the same time, we are seeing a weekly bullish divergence forming for BTC. And if history is any guide, the last two divergences led to a 160% pump. On top of that, 500 million USDC was minted, signaling incoming liquidity. And I'm also going to be talking about Kwon, JPMorgan Shenanigans, and some other news. Let's get into it. Let's take a look at the total crypto market cap. As you can see here is $3.12 trillion. The fear and greed index is 18 and it's still in extreme fear. The altcoin season indicator here is 22 and over here is 37. Average crypto RSI is 57.5. The price of BTC has broken above 90,000. Currently it's at 91,727. Ethereum price is 3,033, XRP is 2.22, and BNB is 897. In the past 24 hours, we have some green here, which is pretty decent for the top coins. Let's take a look at the chart of BTC. As you can see, BTC has been pumping since the drop to 80.5K, and it has done almost 15%, which is pretty decent. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum has also been pumping. Don't forget that there's going to be a Fusaka upgrade. If I'm not mistaken, it's going to be on the 5th of December. So it's been pumping since the drop to 2,600. It has done almost 15%, just like BTC. So if the upgrade is going to be happening in the upcoming days, there is a high probability that it's going to pump much higher. That's exactly what we need. Let's see what happens. When it comes to BTC dominance, this is the second bullish candle, and that's not what we want to see here, but it's trying to retest this area, as you can see here. Let's take a look at DXY. DXY is not doing anything interesting. I think there is an ascending channel forming here, and it's going to drop again. When it comes to S&P 500, we have the fourth bullish candle. 4 consecutive days, and it's looking pretty good for S&P 500. Let me remind you that this is a huge index, so this kind of moves on a daily basis are huge. This was the all-time high, and I think it's going to try to retest that area, which is at 6,900. It might even break out, so it's looking good for S&P 500. Let's take a look at gold. The price of gold for today is 4,156. And funny enough, it has been respecting this triangle, which is a symmetrical one. Let's see if it's going to break out or break down. For us, it's better if it's going to break down. When it comes to Bitcoin monthly returns, the last 3 months of the year were supposed to be the best. October was supposed to be October. November was supposed to be November, but that's not happening this time. As you can see, October was minus 3.69%. And November right now is minus 16.62. Yesterday it was worse, it was minus 20, so today it's looking better. We have still 3 days remaining. In the past 24 hours, we have almost 182 million liquidated, 55 in longs and 126 in shorts. These numbers are getting lower and lower every day, which is not what cartels want to see. And I think that's exactly why they're gonna start pumping the coins soon, because there's going to be more liquidity coming in, more fresh blood, and that's exactly what they need. And at the same time, we need that too. When it comes to Fed rate cut probability, it's going higher and higher. For today, it's 86.9%, which is great. Let's start with BlackRock. Institutional buying continues at scale. They are stacking BTC and Ethereum, while retail has no more money left to buy. We need fresh blood, and for that, alt season is needed. 500 million USDC minted, that's a liquidity signal. Market makers and institutions are preparing for bigger moves, and smart money is positioning accordingly. Also keep an eye on BTC's weekly charts. The bullish divergence forming right now could be the start for the next major cycle. On the geopolitical front, Putin says Russia is ready for serious peace talks. I have heard that before. He acknowledged that US-Ukraine draft could form the basis of a deal. Trump has called the progress tremendous. He likes big words, but key points still need hashing out. A US delegation is heading to Moscow early next week. Putin emphasized there is no final agreement yet, but it's a positive signal. Meanwhile, Ukraine is pushing to keep talks productive. This is a major macro tailwind for markets. The prospect of stability could influence the risk appetite, and crypto often moves in parallel with geopolitical certainty. Now let's talk about JPMorgan and their shenanigans. This is where things get interesting. They are manipulating MSTR while launching IBIT-linked structured notes. Here's the pattern. Raise doubts about Bitcoin-heavy companies like MicroStrategy, highlight MSCI index risks, launch new BTC exposure products for wealth clients, and watch capital shift from MSTR into bank products. And let's be real, JPMorgan should choose a fucking side at this point. They are giving retail exposure to BTC through structured notes while cutting off crypto-native CEOs like Jack Mallers, who just had his Chase accounts closed. And let's not forget about Michael Saylor. This is the institutional split. Products for wealth clients, restrictions for crypto industry's leaders. As I mentioned, Ethereum is surging past $3,000, buoyed to anticipation for the Fusaka update, which aims to improve efficiency and lower transaction costs. ETFs are seeing inflows. Ether 60.8 million and BTC 21.1 million. As you know, President Trump is pushing for $2,000 tariff stimulus checks by mid-2026. Historically, when the Fed ended quantitative tightening in 2019, the altcoins BTC pair began a 3-year upside run. Macro policy matters for crypto. Watch how liquidity and stimulus play into market cycles. Now let's talk about the legal news and major crypto douchebags. Today we are talking about Kwon, Terraform Labs co-founder. He's asking the US court to cap his prison sentence at 5 years. He faces a separate case in South Korea where prosecutors are seeking up to 40 years. I think he deserves more. He must be tired of dropping soap in the prison shower, and that's why he wants his sentence to be reduced. Kwon already served nearly 3 years in harsh conditions in Montenegro and agreed to forfeit over $90 million. This case is a reminder that crypto executives remain under extreme scrutiny, even years after market events like Terra USD collapse, but obviously they are looking for sneaky ways to get out of the situation. Let's see what's going to be decided. So in conclusion, BlackRock started buying BTC and Ethereum once again after 2 weeks of selling on Coinbase. Weekly BTC bullish divergence is forming right now. 500 million USDC was minted, signaling more liquidity coming in. Kwon is tired of dropping soap in the prison cell. Putin ready for serious peace talks. Trump says progress is being made. JPMorgan is still manipulating flows while offering BTC access selectively. And Ethereum is on the move ahead of Fusaka upgrade. Markets are moving fast, institutional plays, macro news, and global politics are colliding with crypto. Stay sharp, stay strong, and I'm gonna talk to you tomorrow.